Welcome everybody. This is the Tribe of We taming of the Alpha Forest Titan. The Alpha refers to what level it is once you tame it. That depends on the condition of the Forest Titan when you get done. So you're allowed to do some damage to it, but the cleaner that you can hit the corruption and avoid doing excess splash damage or excess damage to the Titan, you have a better chance of when it tames that it will be an Alpha. An Alpha gives you a tame Forest Titan with 700,000 health, which is handy, especially if you're going to do the bigger fight. So if you're going to do the large, the King, Alpha King, you definitely want an Alpha Forest because he will be tanking most of the damage. And he's pretty good at it. So the main way we're going to do this is use the turtle method, which is using a Megachelon turtle. That's a big pink thing out there, which I just throw it out there in the field where the Forest Titan's going to be, and then I go in the cave, walk through the cave, summon him, and when you come out, he's usually near the turtle. Now, this went very clean. All you have to do is get his attention, kite him towards you with the turtle between you. You're not trying to get him up on the turtle. All you have to do is make him walk towards it, and then his feet just seem to get kind of entangled, and that's it. He will just stand there. Now, so far, the last few times I've done this, he does have a tendency to do this early. Forest Titan is returning to center, and he turns and heads over that direction. This leaves the turtle. So it doesn't matter that I've been shooting him all this time. He just decides he's had enough, and he goes over there. As you see, when he does this root attack, it doesn't hurt the turtle, and it doesn't affect you in the mech. So it's really a harmless attack that he has. So now here I'm taking my time to get him kited the right way. The turtle is still moving. I whistled it to head his direction. So I'm kind of waiting for him to walk up to it. He stops moving, and then we start going after the corruption again. There is no, the fight is not super fast, but there's no reason to rush. Take your time, line up your shots, aim for the corruption. And what you're looking for is when you hit the corruption, it should bubble out, and then you should see even more of the corruption. If that's what you're seeing, that means you're getting good direct hit. If you're getting partial hits, like on the body and the corruption, you're not going to see the corruption pulsating and bulging out. Now, there are also times where if you're looking, you can see it looks like a blood splash, but it's actually the corruption splash, if that makes any sense. If it's just a hit on the Titan, you're just going to see the blue flash of the weapon hitting him. So at this point, we're just focusing on one. If you have multiple people with you, you can both. This is one of the. Well, this Titan has both shoulders exposed with corruption in the beginning. The Ice Titan only has the ankle corruption showing it first, and the Desert Titan actually has all three spots on top of it. Actually, all three spots on top of it are available, but the corruption doesn't show until you hit them. It's a whole different. In fact, I have not successfully tamed the Desert Titan, but that's another story. So here we're just going to keep focusing on the one arm. It's the easiest to shoot. We have the best line on it. And so here all we're doing is burning element. If I remember correctly, I think I used 81 element for this, which isn't bad because I ended up using shells too. The shells, now the Forest Titan does have some natural resistance to the tech weapons. And see here, somehow he steps right past the turtle. So he's been stuck the whole time, and then he steps right past that turtle and takes a swing at me. So you just, be on your toes. You never know when he's going to be. And I think what happens is the turtle, like every tame, they sit there and they have their little animations, especially when they poop and they do a little movement. Every time he would animate, the Forest Titan would animate as well, like he was getting loose a little bit. So here he's fully stuck on the turtle again. Now this is going very cleanly. In fact, so I go ahead and decide to line up with the cannon and do some excess damage, do some extra damage on that arm. You could do all cannon shot. It's a little more expensive to do, but you could do all cannon shots. But there is always some splash damage. No matter how good you line up that cannon, there's always some splash damage. In fact, what I prefer to do is use the cannons most when there's someone else with me, and there goes the first arm. So, when he did his block, I take that as kind of a halfway point. I don't know for sure, but it seems like when he decides to block and then he throws his poison trees around, it's some kind of indication of maybe you're at like a halfway point on the corruption, because there's no meter, there's no bar. Only bar up there, the flashing is his health, but there's no bar saying what or how much corruption is left. When he starts chucking these trees around, just take the time once they start growing, take the time to get rid of them. It's 2 shots with the mech pistol. The poison from them does damage the mech. So you do not want to just let them grow all around you. And I don't believe they damage you until they are fully grown, fully green, and you can kind of see a gassy area around them. So just them growing near you, or even whenever they shoot out and they splash near you, I don't believe you actually take any damage from this. I was kind of watching early to see if my health bar, flashed at all, and it doesn't seem to. So, but do not let them get out of control. Do not let yourself get surrounded. Now, there was some theory that maybe he healed from the tree. If I was trying to kill him, I would be concerned with that. I'm not trying to kill him, so I don't care if it heals him. Actually, I would be glad if it healed him, because the less damage he takes, the better chance I'll have of getting the alpha full hit point tame. So I don't think it does, because by the end of this fight, you'll see like everything behind him is tree. And I don't have to worry about those. And in fact, you cannot shoot the trees from distance. You actually have to be pretty close to pull up and shoot a tree. And so I don't know exactly why. You can't just, like, I can hit him from here, but I cannot shoot a tree that's up by the turtle. I would have to walk up there. And so here he goes with his block again. So that's telling me I've probably done about half damage to the corruption. And he's going to send a volley of the poison trees. That grab attack, nothing to worry about there. He cannot grab you out of the mech. If you're on anything else, he can. In fact, he snatched me when I was on an owl, and he grabbed me and the owl at the same time and slammed us both into the ground and killed him. I've been body slamming him quite a few times. One time he grabbed me and slammed me into that rock ledge that you see behind him, and my body actually got stuck inside of it, and I couldn't retrieve my bag. So lost tames. I had cryos on my body, lost all my gear. It happens. That's part of ARC. So we've finished the corruption on the right arm. That's why it's not on the left arm. That's why it's not visible. the arm does grow back, and so now we're just trying to focus on the left arm to get rid of it. And like I said, I believe when he blocked, that kind of gave you an indication you're halfway. So we're just going to keep focusing on it for a little bit. And then I always bring cannon shells with me, and I always use a mech with the cannon module for taming for this exact reason. It makes the taming go much faster. But I like to save the majority of the shells for the final corruption, which will be under his chin once I knock this arm off. For some reason, trying to shoot that chin nodule corruption with the laser, I don't know, it makes me nervous, like I'm hitting too much of the face and I'm doing too much face damage. And also, when you use the cannon, you'll see that the targeting system is not great. So you don't get any kind of zoom at all. So you don't get a great, and the color of it is not very well marked. So it is kind of hard to line up. And so what I'll do is I'll make sure that I'm straight on it with the pistol, and then without touching anything, go right into right thumbstick, and then going down for the cannon shot. And it just so happened I had him just at the right spot where I could do one cannon shot and take out the arm. And as you see, like, I can't hit that one tree, is just barely too far away, so I have to move a little closer. And right there, that exploded right under my feet, and no damage. I didn't take it. My health bar didn't even flicker. If you've never done this before, those wyverns that are flying around, and yes, I say wyvern, they're called forest wyverns, and they are there to help you. They are not enemies. They spawn, and you're supposed to use them to defeat the Forest Titan. Now, I don't know if they expect you to use those to take out the corruption or not, but it's not easy. But they have like extra flame. Like, their breath attack of fire is huge. Now, what it does do well is it wipes out trees. If you just fly by and breathe on these trees, like, they just disappear. Personally, I have no use for them, but don't worry about them. They're just going to fly. They fly around as long as there's trees spawn. So now I have them lined up pretty well. I'm adjusting to make sure that I'm getting all corruption. I don't want to hit them in the face. I don't want to hit them in the chest. I don't want to go under and hit them in the chest. I really want to make sure I'm focused. So I just lock it in, and then I like to finish the head and chin corruption with cannons. Just, if I've got enough, I'm going to put everything, all the cannons I've got left, I'm going to put on that chin. In fact, I prefer doing this. So here he's going to go into his block. And so that was much faster to get to the block again versus if I'd just been shooting him. So he like I said, he does take reduced damage from the tech gun and from the mech's tech shots, but he does not take any reduced damage from that cannon. So taming him with the cannon takes longer. I'm sorry, with the handgun takes longer, but it's actually safer because you do less damage to him. And here I am just maintaining to make sure I don't want any trees around me. I want to make sure I have free range to move around if I need to. If he decides to jump past, attack across, whatever, I want to make sure that I have a plan of escape route. So I maintain the trees so I'm not taking any damage. Line up that chin with the gun, with the handgun. And then once I know the shots are right on it, then I just go straight to the cannon. Don't move it. Don't adjust my shot. And just lay into them with whatever cannon shells I have left. I think I used 81 element and 21 cannon shells. I'll make sure that it's in the description for you. This is it's a journeyman mech. I believe it was around a little over 200% health and maybe 240, 250% damage from the blueprint. And he's out. Left, right, good night. Down goes Tyson. And here, important part, pick up the turtle. So the reason I'm doing this, actually taming this solo, is we had tamed this twice on the same day. And both times we tamed him, when he stood up, he disappeared. So I'm actually asking, are you going to stay? Are you going to stay here? And he like literally stood up and said, you can't, and blink, he vanished. So we think that it might be from he meshed with the turtle or some kind of glitch. So to be extra careful, go get that turtle, make sure there's nothing in his feet. You don't want to mech anything underneath them, and then pick them up. I hope this was helpful, and if you have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching.